One conversation.
I trust her now. She's cool.
I'm gonna get some more to drink real quick.
Okay. Mm.
I'm back.
Mm. I love wings.
Oh, it can make me hungry.
Sorry. For the first time since the Lord's Ball, you're finally able to get some sleep. You woke up, yeah. You woke this morning refreshed, but also a little anxious about the results of the will reading.
Oh, the fucking dude in the painting. I fucking forgot about the painting of the dude that just got ripped from reality back there.
I was gonna mention that. That Eris feels the need to hide something, but I don't know what she would want to hide.
Oh, I forgot who, like, they said that guy was, too. He was someone important, but I completely forgot.
I don't think they said specifically who he was, just that he was one of the seven adventurers of Wyvengard.
I have a feeling. I thought they mentioned him by name, but it was like in that brief second before it got erased, so I don't know.
No, I'm pretty sure that his name was omitted. Or it was just never mentioned. I don't know. Alright. You arrive back at Frege Manor and see that Beatrice, Leif, Miriam, and Von Sanctus have all gathered, along with Miss Timora, who is accompanying Beatrice as her attorney. Not really sure what to say to her after everything you've done. The air still feels too awkward to approach her and talk about it.
Thank you all for coming here today.
Okay.
As William Frege's close associate, I must express my deepest condolences for your loss. I think I speak for all of Wyvengard when I say...
Enough. Just get on with it.
Very well then. To get straight to the point, Lord Frege's will was magically sealed when it was given to me. He asked me, his executor, not to submit it to the courts for probate until after his death. Although I imagine none of us expected such a time to come so suddenly. Anyways, Lord Frege's assets included sole ownership of several banking houses throughout Wyvengard, 10 million gold in various investments. 10 million?!
Holy shit. 10 million gold. You can't even begin to imagine what anyone could do with even a fraction of that wealth.
And lastly, sole control and ownership of the Frege noble house.
The executor takes out a large envelope and uses a runestone to dispel the magical seal on it. Alright, so what do you want to bet that when he opens that seal, it's going to be altered by Eris and it's going to say something else?
Is Eris in the room?
No, but she was still able to alter the painting.
Yeah.
Yeah, how much do you bet that it's going to literally alter?
Fuck, dude. God damn it. I, William Frege, being of sound mind and body, do hereby declare this to be my last will and testament. I hereby give, devise, and bequeath all my assets and property, both real and personal, to Jaden Von Sanctus.
Okay, that lines up.
Provided that he enters into a legal and binding engagement with my daughter, Leif Frege, within 6 months after the date of my death.
What? That's... William must have added that, addendum to prevent Von Sanctus from trying to steal his empire. But a legal and binding engagement is predicated on Leif accepting it. She clearly doesn't want to go through with it, so if she simply waited 6 months, Von Sanctus wouldn't have any claim to the estate.
In the event that Jaden Von Sanctus does not enter into such an engagement within the specified time frame, my assets and property shall be distributed as such. All of House Frege will be divided equally among my children as per the laws of our kingdom.
Okay. That's not good. That's not good for you. You were right. William Frege never disinherited Beatrice. This would make Miriam's testimony false. And since Beatrice would receive a portion of William's inheritance, she had a motive to commit the murder. You glance at Miriam. It's hard to read her expression, but something appears to be on her mind. Without a word, she walks out of the room, ignoring both Beatrice and Leif. Leif, on the other hand, seems to be in good spirits.
Isn't this great, Beatrice? You can lead House Frege now, just as it should have been. Actually, about that, in light of recent events, I believe I should clarify one thing. As per the Slayer rule, fucking
Slayer rule?
Okay. If Beatrice Frigga is found guilty in the court case, her inheritance will be revoked and divided between you and your sister. I see. I shouldn't feel so happy for myself.
Wrong voice.
Oh, you're right. My bad.
That can't be all, can it? Surely William added a note of Leif's obligation to marry my son.
I'm not sure what you're trying to imply. Leif Frigga is an adult with legal autonomy. She is free to make whatever decision she wishes about who she legally marries. Now, if you'll excuse me...
Wait, we're not finished yet! Come back here! I'd love to catch up with you, Leif, but I was only allowed out of my cell to attend the reading. You notice an Inquisition knight outside the door. He seems to be watching Beatrice intently. But don't worry, I'm sure once this misunderstanding is resolved, we can talk all we want to about our family's future.
Of course.
A group of knights lead Beatrice out of the manor, and Leif follows after them, leaving you and Celeste alone with Miss Tymora. About what I did...
Look, I'm not angry, Cuthbert.
Oh.
It was an extremely unforeseen situation, and Steelwind clearly put you on the spot. You felt pressure to do something and you made a rash decision. But I'm sure the court will understand if you withdraw.
Wait, what?
Cuthbert, you are not a prosecutor. You know that, right? Didn't you become an attorney to defend persecuted mages?
Yeah, I know I'm not a prosecutor because I have my attorney's badge. You want to look at it?
No, Cuthbert, please.
But I just wanted to show you that I know that I'm not a prosecutor.
No, I understand, but like...
Yeah, but look at it.
Yeah, I've seen it numerous times. Look, I have one too. They just pull out
Good
and
for you,
show
but
off
mine's
the
better.
attorney's badges.
Mine's better. Anyway. But Beatrice is guilty. I saw it.
I'm not going to argue about this again. You are going to withdraw. This is not up for discussion.
You've always regarded and respected Miss Tymora, and you suppose that's always made you deeply scared of disappointing her. Perhaps she's right. She knows more about what's going on than you do, and she's still your mentor. You want to believe that. You really do. But deep down, you know that this is wrong. Miss Tymora may believe in Beatrice's innocence, but you can't just abandon this case and let her escape justice. Your hands are trembling. Why are you so scared right now? You know what you have to say, but the words won't leave your mouth. From behind you, you feel Celeste hold your trembling hand. It's warm and comforting. It's warm and comforting. It's that same sensation you felt back then. Somehow you can feel it through her hand. It's as if she's silently telling you that you know what you have to do. Your anxiety fades and you take a deep breath. I'm not going to do that, Miss Tymora.
What?
You said it yourself. Our court system needs a defense attorney and a prosecutor of equal power to keep things fair.
That's not what
I'm not going to withdraw. If you believe in Beatrice's innocence, and if you truly believe you're on the right side, then prove it by beating me.
Fine, do what you want, but you're only going to make things harder for everyone. Tyrion!
What just happened? As soon as Miss... okay. As soon as Miss Tymora steps out of the room, your body drops to the floor. Whatever bravery you felt before got replaced with an extreme amount of fatigue. Scaled fucking lord. That's the first time I've ever spoken to her like that.
But you still did it. You stood your ground. Figuratively, I mean, right now you're just kind of sitting on the floor.
Yeah, I need to take a moment. Can we go back to the ballroom? You turn to the ballroom and take a moment to recover. You spot Commander White at the edge of the room, but you don't pay him much notice. Oh, come on, why? It takes you a while before you feel ready to stand.
You okay?
Yeah, I just needed a moment. Anyways, the will reading bought us a few more hours to investigate the murder. We should take advantage of the new information we just learned. So, where should we start first?
Alright, so we're the prosecution now.
Alright. You're the prosecutor now, so that would technically make you his boss for the time being. Okay, so we're just playing as Edgeworth now. This is weird, right?
Yep.
Awkwardness aside, I've never... I just start... Fuck it, I'm doing it. Alright, just for this little bit, just for this scene, I'm gonna make Tyrion Edgeworth for a little bit. Awkwardness aside, I've never really led a task force before. What would Steelwind normally do in this situation? Well, she'd normally have us investigate areas of interest. Right. The context of the investigation tends to change after each round of court proceedings. Well, we're lacking a lot of physical evidence. Could you and the Inquisition search the gallery in Beatrice's room? Perhaps you can find evidence of how the sword of spell eating was stolen. Whatever you say, boss.
That covers the Inquisition, but what are we going to do?
It's clear that Lord Frega's inheritance plays a large role in this case. Even if it's not valid, we should take a look at the modified will that he was drafting. It might give us some insight about what he was really planning to do with his inheritance. Okay.
Alright, so we're gonna go to a study.
Come on, where is it? As you enter William Frega's study, you spot a figure rummaging through the doors in his desk. Why isn't it here? Where else would he put it?
Miriam?
What? You take Tyrion.
Alright, as soon as she notices you, Miriam quickly closes the doors and walks towards you. She already saw what she was doing. She was definitely looking for something.
This
is a crime scene. What are you doing here, Miriam?
As if that's any of your business.
Considering that I am the prosecutor, it's very much my business. You have a side glance to the knights stationed outside the room. They should have stopped her from entering, but perhaps she used her status to intimidate them into letting her through. However, this could be a blessing in disguise. She was clearly looking for something in this room, and you have a feeling you know what it is. You appear to be looking for something, Miriam. What could be so important that you disturb an active crime scene? Wink, wink.
It's none of your concern. I'm merely trying to find something that belongs to me.
Really, because I have a feeling that we might be looking for the same thing. You're looking for the will that your father was drafting, aren't you?
That's...
Were you trying to destroy it before we get to it?
No, of course not. I just needed to see it for myself. Did she really do this? Well, Miriam suspects Beatrice, I see.
Oh, is she also suspicious of Beatrice? Here's what I think happened. I think Leif is the one that killed him.
Really?
Because it's her wolf.
Yes.
And you can only have one, like, familiar, and that's, like, bonded to you.
So, is she playing an act? Is she
That's
not?
what I think. I think she was a little too happy during the will reading.
You could be right.
Why are you so determined to see the drafted will, Miss Frigga?
I just wanted to see what my father's final wishes were.
But your father already had a will filed previously. Wouldn't that be enough?
You also suspect something, don't you?
Of course not. Beatrice would never do something like this.
Miss Frigga, I never even mentioned Beatrice. I know how things may look, but please understand, I'm just trying to get to the truth. I don't think your sister did this, but she may have been involved. She may have worked with someone else to orchestrate her father's death.
Was it the monkey?
Unlike Leif, she didn't immediately deny it, which means that she had already had her own suspicions. Where's the will, Miriam? I need to see it.
Why would you ask her that? She's clearly looking for it too, you fucking idiot. I don't know. I haven't been able to find it.
You recall that she was frantically searching William's desk earlier. She's probably telling the truth.
It should have been here, but I can't find it.
You locked the door when you began drafting it. In addition to that, the Inquisition closed the area off after the body was discovered. That means that someone took it during the lockdown.
Okay. It's not a valid will.
It was probably stolen by whoever murdered him, right?
Yeah, that would make the most sense. Which means that whoever did this wanted to nullify whatever was written on it. So looking more and more like motive behind this was, oh my god. It's looking more and more like the motive behind this was William's inheritance. Anyways, looks like we won't be able to find the will. But the fact that it was taken must imply something. For now, we should try to follow whoever leads. There's also the question of who committed the murder and how.
Don't we already know the how? The murderer stole. Oh my god.
Damn.
So that's going through puberty.
The murderer stole a sword of spell eating and used it to break the study.
That's true, but think about how they would have needed to move around the manor. The murder took place on the first floor of William Frigga's study. But the gallery was on the second floor. They would have needed to go upstairs, steal the sword from the gallery, and then use to nullify the lock on the study. Not only that, they would have needed to go back upstairs and plant the sword in Beatrice's room.
About that, if someone conspired to Beatrice to do this, why would they need to plant the sword in her room?
That's a good point. Perhaps they had a falling out. Her partner might have tried to betray her by pinning the blame on her.
But if that were true, why wouldn't she just sell them out and make a deal with Steelwind?
Because Steelwind wouldn't do that. Oh, never mind.
Oh.
It would be because this fucking Slayer.
Slayer!
It would be because of the Slayer rule.
Slayer rule? I remember the guy at the will reading also mentioned it. What is it?
It was a law passed by the Crown centuries ago. According to that law, if someone is involved in another person's death, even accidentally, they will not be allowed to inherit the deceased property.
So even if Beatrice was directly responsible, she'd lose her cut of the inheritance if she took a plea deal. More importantly, it doesn't sound like Miriam completely believes Beatrice's innocence either. If that's true, what else can she tell you?
Bless you.
Thank you. Miriam, it almost sounds like you suspect Beatrice as well.
That's...
Am I incorrect?
I don't know what to think anymore. Why else would she threaten me?
Wait, she was threatened? Miriam, did Beatrice threaten you in some way?
Tyrion, please. Please be subtle. Please be subtle every once in a while, man.
What? Of course not.
The man who shows off his attorney's badge at every occurrence does
Okay.
not know how to be subtle.
Yeah, what a surprise. I should have seen that one coming.
Your testimony yesterday was quite convenient for the defense. It almost got the whole case thrown out. And Leif didn't seem to understand what was going on either. But the way she gave her testimony yesterday was almost like she was covering for you.
Does he seriously not know? Please, promise me that you won't tell anyone about this.
I won't tell anyone what happened.
About an hour after the murder, I was approached by Ruby Timora. She gave me a list of statements to give in my testimony. The statements weren't true, but she assured me that my status would protect me from any scrutiny.
What?
She had information that I had tried to keep secret, and she threatened to make it public unless I cooperated with her.
No. No, she would never do that.
I'm telling the truth. Please, you can't tell Timora that I told you. She'll ruin me.
The eye shows that her fear is genuine. She's not lying.
Welp, I've seen that woman do all kinds of shady shit in the cases I've worked. Forgery, bribery, blackmail, you name it. I'll bet you're just the same, a successor for the devil of defense attorneys.
Rumors, they can't be true. You refuse to believe it.
Hey, Tyrion, are you okay?
No, it's okay. He's just getting his whole world shattered. No big deal.
Now's not the time to doubt yourself. There's too much at stake right now, and you've got a job to do. We should check on Commander White. He might have found something.
Okay. Just don't push yourself, okay?
Yeah. You'll have plenty of time to think about this later.
Alright.
Oh,
Where did we send him? Where did we send Gumshoe?
I don't...
Where does Gumshoe run off to? As you move around the manor, you peek into the sitting room to see if Von Sanctus is still there. Holy shit!
Oh my god,
Holy
Odin.
shit! Holy shit, dude!
Jesus.
Oh my god. I want this guy. I want to voice this guy.
But the like tree axe, dude. Holy shit!
He's literally.
It's just Odin. It's just straight up Odin.
Holy shit, dude. He's calmly reading some sort of book, but you can feel a menacing aura emanating from him. Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh, this
Holy shit. This aura. You must be daft if you think I wouldn't notice your presence.
What? Did he notice you? You barely entered the room. Before I have a chance to respond to me, he pulls out his great axe and rushes towards you. Holy shit.
Oh my. Okay, no, I'm gonna give this guy my Damon Gant voice.
Oh, wait, You bring up your arms block a little bit. In hindsight, I probably don't do much against an axe that large.
Protagus!
Oh, shit. You open your eyes. Celeste's now standing between you and the axe-wielding maniac. I'm not sure what happened, but it looks like she knocked him several feet backward.
Oh, it's you two.
What the hell was that? You could have killed him!
He shouldn't have snuck up on me like that. I almost cleaved him in two.
Tyrion didn't do anything wrong. Who the hell do you think you are?
I am Lord Lucio Steelwind.
Oh, shit.
I am Lord Lucio Steelwind, Grand General of the Wyvern Guard military forces. This guy's character design is so badass.
This soundtrack is going in my Spotify. This is a great-ass piece.
Yes, I know. Oh
my god.
Those horns, dude.
So this is Prosecutor Steelwind's father.
This entire... I'll mention the soundtrack once we finish the game, but holy shit, this soundtrack is so good.
This is literally just like a D&D character. They do share the same intimidating stare.
Plot twist?
Like,
Plot twist? Hold on. Let me cook. You remember all the times that Celeste has joked about being a Steelwind? What if it's actually true?
Interesting. Oh, he's also evocated.
Yes. And I'm not sure if that's my official theory.
76. Holy shit. God damn.
Man.
Wait. What, do we have a judge's age? Is he older than the judge?
We don't have...
Oh, damn.
We don't have the judge's character profile, and besides, even if we did, I'm sure it would have just said question mark. Just like in the real Ace Attorney game. But yeah, I don't know if it's my official theory that Celeste is a Steelwind, or if she's a Wyvern Guard.
Oh,
but
he can sense auras, right?
Yes. Wait, can
so
he?
What if he was attacking us because he sensed it, like... Because the Eye of Horus is supposedly demonic, right?
How do we know that you can sense auras? Did he say that?
He literally just had that. Like, he just said, like, this aura, and that's why he attacked us.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's my bad. I just completely forgot. I was too overwhelmed by how fucking cool his character design is. Like, look at that fucking eye patch, dude.
Oh, I know, dude. This dude's great. Holy shit.
I also think that this guy probably got attacked by the Eye Taker at some point.
Although he's not the most menacing person in the room right now.
Okay, no, you see this pose? Does that not look similar to Aster's pose where he's angry?
I mean, it's the same with Tymora, though. They all kind of have that.
Well, yeah, I guess. I just want my theories to be true so bad.
I want the monkey theory to be true. Okay?
No! Get the monkey out of here! No.
Even if the monkey has to be a wolf.
What the fuck? What? What do you mean?
It's one of the familiars, David. It's either the monkey or the wolf. But I want it to be the monkey.
No, it's Beatrice. Bear. That's you.
Oh yeah, Celeste, I'm fine. I'm not hurt. She looks more than irate now, but she begrudgingly sheathes her sword. Anyways, Lord Steelwind was one of the people with a motive to murder William Frege. And as a fellow head of the Paler House, you might have some information about William and his affairs.
Oh, okay.
Oh, jeez.
She's still mad.
If looks could kill.
coy, one might interpret that look of yours as murderous intent.
Oh, I guess you do have some battle instincts after all.
That smile, bro!
Honestly, wasn't sure since you so obviously have a silver spoon stuck up your...
Celeste.
Such a lack of respect and discipline. If you were one of my soldiers, I'd have you hanged.
Hanged?
That line is so good, dude. That line is great. That's so fucking savage. That's so metal. That's so metal.
If I was one of your soldiers, I'd hang myself.
I'm so sorry, viewers. I think I just peeked the hell out of the microphone when I was laughing. I apologize.
Okay, let's all try and say something here. Lord Steeland, you were at the Lord's Ball when the murder occurred, am I correct?
I was.
Do you mind if I ask you some questions about what you saw that night? Yeah, if that's good with you.
I suppose I must oblige, considering that my daughter has so unceremoniously thrust her responsibilities onto you.
I'm sorry about what happened to your daughter. I'm sure that you're very worried.
It's her own fault for exerting herself despite her injuries. Okay, well, at least he's a caring father.
He's a concerned dad, but he can't show it because he's a military general.
He can't show it because he has responsibilities as the lord of the Steelwind House. He can't show any weakness.
If we don't get a panel where he just like breaks down,
I need that so bad. I need to see like a CG of him and Steelwind hugging. That'd be so nice. Even the bravest warrior knows when to stay off the battlefield.
How can you save it? Your daughter was trying to do the right thing.
By prosecuting the heiress of House Freyga, she had very little evidence to substantiate a conviction. If she wanted to strike a blow on her rival house, she should have been certain that her enemy would fall. But now, if Beatrice Freyga is found innocent, any hopes of an alliance between House Freyga and House Steelwind will be completely annihilated.
It's clear that he and the prosecutor have vastly different priorities. Where were you throughout the night, Lord Steelwind?
I so loathe gatherings like that. They're a complete waste of time. I was in this room, but then I received word that Lord Freyga's lost Harris, had made an unexpected appearance.
No, Eris is correct.
No, I was saying Eris as in Eris popped into my mind, and it threw me off. She was supposedly speaking with the Crown Prince, so I made my way to the ballroom.
Did you speak with them at any point?
No, I kept my distance, and she stayed near the King's Guard. I needed to make sure she wouldn't try anything.
Was this because you were wary of Beatrice Freyga?
Yes, I was. The Crown Prince has always been a bleeding heart, and the Freygas are trained to sharpen their tongue from birth. I needed to make sure that she wouldn't try to interfere with his engagement.
You were worried that she was going to try and take Aster back?
I was, but it was clear that wasn't her intention.
But you did overhear their conversation. What were they talking about?
Their conversation was completely inane. It was all just small talk. Lady Freyga spent most of her time playing with Prince Alaric.
Right, Aster Younger's brother was there too. You know that Beatrice had some role in the murder, even if she wasn't directly responsible. Did you have some unknown goal by speaking of Aster and his brother? You went to the ballroom when you heard that Beatrice had returned. Was this before or after the lockdown?
It was before the lockdown.
That sounds about right. That means that she was accounted for before the theft was reported. And did you see her leave at any point?
No, she spoke with the two princes for quite a while. She didn't leave their side until she was arrested for Lord Freyga's murder.
What? That means she was accounted for the entire night.
No, she could have been using Familiar. Is that how that would work? Would she look absent of mind if she did that?
I mean, she's already blind, so I don't know.
Yeah, she could just disguise it as, oh, I don't know where I'm looking. I can't fucking see.
I don't know if it's the same way that, like, Von Sanctus's, whatever the spell he used in the last case where he was, like, communicating. I don't think it's in, like, the same thing. I think it's more mental. But I don't know.
God, this theme is so fucking epic.
It's so good.
Dude. Oh, man.
But her thoughts said she was an accomplice in William's death.
I think I hear some of Steelwind's theme in his theme, which is a very nice touch.
Yeah, I love freaking like similar motifs,
Leitmotifs.
similar characters, and yeah. Oh, was she there to distract the Kingsguard?
That's actually something that I've noticed quite a few times. So I don't know if you have, but the pursuit theme is a variation of the menu theme. The pursuit theme is a variation of that.
Oh, no, I did not notice that.
And then the Celeste and Tyrion theme, and also the theme that played when they were doing the dance, that is a variation of Celeste's theme. A lot of very, 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 very nice touches with the soundtrack, I have to say.
Well, so I don't know, because I know, oh shoot, I forgot, I think Shady Cicada worked on part of the soundtrack, but I also know that the main guy who developed this game, he has like a music background.
Well,
Like if he was a composer for like years before he released this game.
It definitely fucking shows. He knows how to build a soundtrack.
Yeah. Thank you for answering our questions, Lord Steelwind.
Shady Cicada is the saxophone guy, right?
No. He does a lot of like digital stuff on YouTube and whatnot. But he has like I think this is the first game he's worked on, but he's like released some of his own tracks for like commissions.
Cool.
I'm merely repaying my daughter's debt to you.
He was surprisingly pretty cooperative, but that doesn't lift any suspicion off him just yet. You need to find more evidence if you want to know for sure. Anyways, we should probably move somewhere else. Let's go, Celeste.
McCoy,
What?
your spellcasting is undisciplined, but your battle stance and reflexes are commendable. You have my respect as a warrior.
As if it means anything coming from you.
Okay, I retract my praise. Sorry. What an undisciplined and defiant brat.
God, I don't want to leave. I just want to keep looking at this character, dude. Oh my god. He's so fucking epic. Okay.
Oh, shit. Oh, the wolf.
Oh, yes.
The wolf is here.
Keep it in that corner. Don't let it get away.
Get away from him.
Oh, fuck.
That's wrong voice.
I know.
As you enter Beatrice's room, you see the Inquisition cornering something near the back of the room. Some sort of animal. A wolf, to be exact.
What is that fucking face he's giving? Holy shit.
Chess partner. Chess partner!
Round 2, baby.
Is that my chess partner? You recall spotting the same wolf on the night of the Lord's ball. Has it been in the house since the murder? Oh my god.
Oh.
Oh my god. You can take the wolf's voice, I guess?
Intruders must protect Queen.
What? Did you just read his thoughts?
Protect territory from enemies.
He must see the Inquisition as intruders in his territory. Does that mean he sees this room as his home? You slowly start to walk towards him.
I was very tempted to do like a Scooby-Doo voice, but that didn't feel appropriate. Unless you want me to.
Do it for at least one of his lines.
Okay.
Oh wait, Tyrion.
I can't do a Scooby-Doo laugh. It's too difficult for me.
Stay back, kid. It's a wild animal. There's no telling what it'll do.
You ignore them and continue to approach him. Don't worry, I'm not here to hurt you.
Oh, what the fuck? Wait.
He's been rehabilitated.
Bro? Yes, you. You can speak language of a dog?
Roro, Eggy.
Roro Tyrion.
Roro, Ririan. Wait, you can understand me?
Why are you talking to it?
That dog is so cute. Oh my god.
You're speaking plain dog. Of course, Tracker understand.
What's going on here? Is the Eye of Horus allowing you to speak with him? You've never really tried it before, but perhaps your powers aren't limited to humans. Anyways, this could be a good opportunity.
We're
my
bringing
God.
the wolf onto the stage.
I was about to say that, bro. There's no fucking way. Oh my. You wonder what else he knows. We're actually talking to the fucking dog. Oh my god.
Knight to E4.
What'd you say?
Knight to E4. Sorry, I was making a chess reference.
I did not get it, sorry.
No, that's fine.
Tracker, is that your name?
How did you... Yes, Tracker is Tracker. The name Queen Gib to me. God damn it. I don't feel bad about doing a silly voice anymore.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my god, he gets his own fucking...
Occupation dog. I mean, yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Tracker gestures to Leif when he mentions his queen. He called you his queen. Do you know him, Leif?
Yes, but how?
Okay, it looks like no one's gonna question this.
How are you talking to it?
Okay, well, that's... You were so caught up in speaking to Tracker, you didn't realize how strange this scene must look to everyone else. I'm a dog whisperer.
You've never mentioned that before.
Do you honestly expect us to believe something like that?
The Tracker says he can understand him. He told me himself.
Oh, wait, how do you know that? So, Leif, how are you able to communicate with Tracker?
I suppose there's no sense in hiding it anymore. Tracker's my familiar.
Familiar. So it's the same magical bond Harold has with his monkey.
Monkey mentioned.
Monkey.
Eugene. I forgot his name was Eugene.
Eugene.
I need a marketable plushie of Eugene stat.
Occupation monkey.
Oh, wait. Oh, he has transportation. Oh, I didn't see what Tracker's arcane art is. Is there a profile? Oh,
Conjuration.
Conjuration. Okay.
3 years old.
Oh,
Also,
so he's young compared to...
Yes. Eugene Krabs. Money, money, money. You recall that the familiar... I had to. You recall that the familial bond spell allows the caster to telepathically speak with their familiar. That must be how she's speaking to him.
You never mentioned him during questioning.
It wasn't relevant to the investigation. And I've been keeping him a secret from my family.
I suppose that makes sense. I doubt William Frege would have allowed you to keep an animal in his home.
Well, I don't appreciate you keeping this info from us, but it doesn't look like anyone got hurt. And aside from this dog, we haven't really found anything new.
Damn it. Didn't find any more physical evidence of the theft. Looks like you've run into another dead end. Unless... God damn it. We're gonna fucking cross-examine the wolf. It's gonna happen. Tracker, I saw you on the night of the murder. You fucking did it.
What? Tracker? Ruh-roh.
Bro.
These writers fucking knew what they were doing, god fucking damn it.
Dude, these writers are... This is genius comedy.
He's supposed to stay in his room.
Oh, my head hurts. I've been laughing too hard. Ow. Wait, is that why you won't allow the servants to enter it?
I didn't want to give him Beatrice's room, but he was very insistent that he stay there. Tracker likes the ambiance.
Yeah, right, sure. Okay. Wait, if you live in this room, did you see who brought this sort of spell eating here?
I already asked him about that, but he didn't see anyone. He must have been taking a nap. Other than that, he was roaming outside even though I told him to stay here. But puppy dog face, dude, holy shit.
It looks exactly like my dog when he knows he's done something wrong. Literally. Damn it.
Tracker see a lot of other things, though. Tracker see many new people that night.
Right, he was roaming the manor during the Lord's Ball. He must have seen a lot of new people. Wait, if he was walking around, he might have seen something that the Inquisition doesn't know about.
What did Tracker see? Can you tell us what you saw on the night of the murder, Tracker?
Tracker see rats.
Oh. Well, I mean,
There's rats in the
I
air
mean, no
vent,
shit.
yeah.
No shit, yeah. This may be more difficult than you thought. I need you to be more specific. Can you go in order? Tell me about everyone you saw that night.
Okay. Tracker was taking a nap in room, but Tracker woke up to loud sounds outside. Tracker hears small things running in walls.
Running in the walls?
Tracker called Queen, but she didn't answer, so Tracker decided to sound alone. Tracker follows sound outside. That when Tracker smelled bad smell.
Bad smell?
That's when Tracker smelled flying rat.
Flying rat? You smelled a flying rat? Did you mean like a pigeon?
Tracker could smell where rat was, so Tracker borked it.
God damn it. What is this Undertale? Fuck Undertale dialogue.
This is very Undertale-y. The music and everything. Tracker must have scared rat because he fell into the floor and dropped his stick.
Drop.
Wait.
Fell on the floor?
Was it a red stick, perchance?
Was it? Well, was the rat red? Was it the monkey? The rat had a stick?
Tracker could see them now, so Tracker did one final bork to scare them off. The rats were scared and went back into walls.
And went into the walls?
That's when Tracker picked up the stick rat dropped. Queen finally answered Tracker, so she told him to go back to his room and hide. After message, Tracker brings stick to room for inspection.
Do you remember what time this encounter happened?
What is Ty?
Yeah, I should have seen that one coming. Like, a dog has no conception of what the hell time is.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Oh my, that's almost like word for word what I just said. What the hell? Right, an animal wouldn't really have a concept of that.
What did he say, Tyrion? Did he say anything? See anything?
Well, he definitely saw something. Okay, let's try to take a moment to work through this. Moment time. Tracker is an animal, and despite being able to... What?
Tracker is animal.
Yeah, damn it. And despite...
Well, it's just the following sentence of his words are very primitive, so it's like...
Tracker is animal, and despite being able to speak him, his use of words is very primitive. So you should examine each of his statements. The first thing he heard was small things running in the walls. What did Tracker hear when he woke up? Recall that someone else observed something similar that night. Tracker.
Rats.
Bird.
Servants were complaining about rats running through the air vents, so he sent me to take care of it. I heard one of them running in the vents upstairs, and I followed it here. I figured he had nowhere else to go, so I opened it up and put a trap down.
You must have heard the rats that Jan mentioned. They weren't actually running in the walls, they were running in the vents. The next thing he did was call the Queen, but she didn't answer. Why didn't Leif answer Tracker's message? He must have called out to her telepathically.
Oh, the anti-magic ward.
Ah, the familial bond was nullified by the anti-magic field. Good catch on that one. Leif didn't respond because she never got Tracker's message. The telepathic capabilities granted by familial bond were disabled by the anti-magic field, which means that this encounter happened during the lockdown. So that covers his first two statements, but you're not really sure what to make of the flying rat he saw. Tracker, why did you refer to the rat as flying?
Because rats don't usually jump and fly.
It was the fucking monkey, wasn't it?
It was...
Yes,
Bro, the monkey theory. The monkey theory.
Is it possible what you saw wasn't really a rat?
Rats are rats. They are small things that run and hide.
So a rat is a general term for him. He uses it to refer to small animals that are acting suspiciously. Anyways, with everything you know now, his last statement just... You are so fucking excited for this, aren't you?
I am very excited for the monkey.
Okay, well, we're not going to answer that question yet, so don't get too excited. He said that the queen finally answered him, and this happened after he picked up the stick, but that shouldn't have been possible due to the anti-magic field.
Because the stick was the anti-magic sword.
Oh shit, you're right. The stick that Tracker obtained was actually sort of spell eating. Tracker, about that stick you found. Where did you put it after you came back to this room?
Tracker hides stick in safe space under the bed.
And this stick, did it look like the sword that my friend is carrying?
What? Hey, your friend stole my other stick.
That's not yours. Wait, your other stick?
Yeah, Tracker found it while he was hiding from the middlemen.
Metal men? Metal... Is he referring to the Kingsguard? I thought we were about to...
Acknowledged!
Again.
Yeah.
He must have left the bedroom when they were searching for the sword of spell eating. Wait, are you the one who stole Celeste's sword?
Tracker?
Oh my god.
Ruh-roh, did Tracker do a bad?
It's as I suspected. Tracker was the one that brought the sword of spell eating here.
What? Ah, fuck.
Yeah, wrong voice. I have no idea how or why, but the sword of spell eating was lying in a hallway somewhere. Tracker found it and brought it back to Beatrice's room. His room.
That can't be. So the person who framed Beatrice for the theft was...
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's so great. I love that. Wait. If it weren't for Tracker, the Inquisition would have never honed in on Beatrice at all.
Shit.
Dude.
Holy
What
shit.
the fuck?
Is the Inquisition just incompetent?
This game can't be real, dude. But why would this sort of spell eating be lying in a random hallway? Leif, do you mind if I borrow Tracker for a little bit?
It's okay, Queen. He smells good. Tracker, trust him.
Thanks, I guess?
Okay, but only if you allow me to accompany you.
You know about Miriam's position, but how does Leif feel about you prosecuting Beatrice? It's possible she might try to sabotage the investigation if you let her accompany you. But as Tracker's owner, you don't really have a choice. You nod to Leif, but you also send a subtle gesture to Celeste to keep an eye on her. She silently nods and slowly follows behind her. Alright, Tracker, you take us to the hallway where you found these rats?
Your thing, King. Let's go.
Okay, alright, well, I guess we're married to Leif now. Sorry, Celeste. Too bad for you. Looks like you've received a promotion. Ah, okay. Why is Eris's theme playing?
Oh.
God damn it. You allowed Tracker to lead you to the location where he found the sword of spell eating. Surprisingly, it's fairly close to Beatrice's room.
The
apparently
vent
didn't-
up top is a little
Yeah. He
loose.
apparently didn't travel very far before he met those rats he mentioned.
Oh, shit, is that Eris?
Yes, as probably, I mean, her theme is playing. As you continue towards your destination, Tracker suddenly becomes extremely tense. Tracker, what's wrong?
Ruh-roh, enemy!
Oh? You can take Tyrion.
Before you have a chance to react, Tracker steps between you and Eris and begins angrily barking at her.
Oh dear.
Tracker, stop that. Leif tries to calm Tracker down, but he's undeterred. He continues to bark at Eris, and it looks like it's taking all of Leif's strength to hold him back. I'm terribly sorry, he's not usually like this.
It's to be expected. I'm not sure why, but animals have always been able to see me for what I am. I mean, animals have always disliked me.
Fucking Eris, dude. What is Eris doing here? You call seeing her at the barracks, too. She said that her father is friends with Beatrice, but she's involved in this case somehow? Andrews, come for her. You came here for a purpose. You should examine this hallway and see if you can find any clues. What if you just ignore Eris? Would she, like, force you to talk to her? If you just go straight examining?
Let's find out. Let's make a save first.
Yeah.
Just in case she decides to get angry and crash my game.
Which crystals generate an anti-magic field during lockdown. However, the sort of spell eating would make it its wielder immune to these fields. There's an air vent over here. It appears to go from the ceiling to the ground floor. Is this where the rat escaped to, Tracker?
That's where a jumping rat would.
I thought you said it was a flying rat.
Trackers see that too.
Okay, it would probably be better to just move on. Anyways, where'd this rat come from? Where did he go? Cotton Eye Joe?
Rat came out from the other wall.
Do you mean the vent on the opposite side?
Yes, Tracker saw flying rat escape that way.
Oh. What was this rat doing here in the first place?
Prepario Arcanum.
Ah,
Ooh, hello.
What?
what do you see?
The vents have traces of illusion magic inside of them.
Interesting, huh?
Inside of him.
Oh yeah, inside of them. What?
Our traces also go deep inside these vents. The same for the vents on the other side, too.
Oh my god. And it shows her. Okay.
Holy shit. Why would there be traces of illusion magic inside these vents? What spell could have possibly left us traces?
As I told you many months ago, illusion spells tend to do one of two things. They either create freestanding illusions, or they can disguise an existing creature.
I thought someone created a small freestanding illusion in the vents, so a disguised creature must have been inside these vents at some point.
But these vents are tiny. No one will be able to fit inside them.
Except for a monkey.
Except for a monkey. Tracker could see them now, so Tracker did one final work to scare them off. The rats were scared and went back into the walls. But a rat would be able to fit into these vents.
Well, yeah, I guess that'd be true. That would mean that rat had an illusion spell active on it the entire time.
Or it
Half the
wasn't.
time.
Or it wasn't a rat.
It's not only that. I said that the queen finally answered him, and this happened after he picked up a stick. That shouldn't have been possible because of the anti-magic field. Check yourself with this rat during the lockdown.
That would have been inside the anti-magic field created by the lockdown.
It can only be one way that a rat could have an illusion spell active on it.
Wait, you can't mean...
A rat was holding the sword of spell eating. Tracker's testimony.
Oh my god! Dude, what the Okay, alright.
Well, but how is it possible?
I've just come to accept that he's gonna show up during the trial at least once.
He has to. I can't wait for Tracker to take the stand and implicate the monkey.
Stop, dude. Oh my god. You might actually be right, though. You might be right. We might have to examine him and ask him more detail about what the rat looks like. And then we're gonna bring up the fucking monkey and... Oh my god.
A rat wouldn't have the strength or hands to carry its sword. Tracker's vocabulary is primitive and limited. He uses the word rat to describe small creatures that hide and act suspiciously.
Or we're gonna determine what it is right now.
But if it wasn't an actual rat, it still couldn't have been a human, right?
You're right, it would have been a small animal. A small animal with the strength and dexterity to traverse a small air vent while holding a sword.
God damn it. Well, here we go. Sorry, but I have to ask. I really have to ask. Is that a monkey riding on your back?
Yes, this is my familiar, Eugene.
Money, money, money.
No, are you serious?
We know that Harold had a motive to kill William Frege. He's planning to defund the Heralds in the Hall of History.
Oh my fucking god, the monkey theory.
The monkey theory. Made an argument that night. That's what William Frege decided that he was going to defund Herald's museums.
Oh my fucking god, the monkey theory is coming back. It's gonna be true, isn't it?
He must have struck a deal with Beatrice, and with Beatrice's portion of House Frege, she could have easily kept his museums funded. He could have faked the robbery and sent his familiar to murder William.
Oh my fucking god.
That's exactly the monkey theory.
Oh my
Holy
Oh my god. No, like literally down to faking the robbery and sending the familiar to murder William. It's literally the monkey theory. What? We called this like 4 hours ago. What the fuck? What? Oh, the crackpot theory. It came true.
I can't believe this.
I can't believe this either, Celeste. I can't believe he was right. And there's something else that Tracker said.
Tracker could smell his rat was, so Tracker barked at him. Tracker must have scared Rat because he fell to the floor and dropped his stick.
Tracker, you said you had to smell to see where the rat was. And when he dropped his stick, you were finally able to see him. Does this mean you couldn't visually see him before he fell down?
Yeah, Tracker couldn't see the rim of his eyes, so Tracker used his nose to see it. The monkey was invisible!
This game, this fucking game, this can't be real, dude. No one would have noticed this spawn.
Can't stop laughing, dude. Holy shit.
I've never felt more validated in my life, dude.
I can't fucking believe this, dude. In addition to that, he moved through the air vents. Eugene would have been nearly undetectable that night. This fucking monkey is Superman. Beatrice is a master of illusion magic, so it's possible she cast invisibility on Eugene. And then there's the position of this air vent. We're currently in the hallway just north of Beatrice's room. And this air vent connects to the ground floor. If we align the two floor maps together, this vent must lead to the storage room. Oh my fucking god.
Right, the air vent there curved upwards. This must be where it leads.
And according to Jan, that air vent led directly to William's study. It would have been the perfect route to enter William's study and leave undetected.
But he wouldn't have needed to nullify the lock to enter that room. Why didn't he have to use the sword of spell reading at all?
Because of familial bond, they can telepathically communicate with each other. Harold probably needed Eugene to hold the sword so that he could tell him exactly where to go. The sword's magic affects anyone magically connected to the wielder, and familial bond connects them magically. It makes sense now. Harold could have easily faked the robbery to take suspicion off of him. Oh my god. Oh my god. This is fucking ridiculous. Unironically, how do you feel about this revelation?
I am loving it, dude. Holy, I had like feel like you know, it's possible that this is true, and then like other stuff came out, like, oh, you know what, monkey theory is just a fun little thing, and then all of a sudden it's true.
Ugh. It's even possible that he was lying about how the display glass was shattered.
But I've known Lord Harrelson for many years. I just can't believe that he'd be involved in this.
She may have known Harold for a long time, but she's never read his thoughts. His thoughts were very hostile and rude, despite his kind expression. He's very good at hiding what he's truly feeling.
And Beatrice, there's no way she'd participate in a plan like this.
Look, Leif, I know you don't want to suspect your sister, but...
It's not that. Beatrice never trusted anyone enough to work together like this.
Oh. But she's completely blind. She wouldn't have had much of a choice.
Even so, she's not the type of person to trust her accomplice to stay quiet. She'd find a way to carry out a plan herself, and she'd only employ someone else's help if she had full control of them.
Mind control. Mind control.
Oh.
Mind control.
Interesting.
Leif probably knows her better than you do, but you doubt that working alone would have been possible with her condition. And you can't think of any other way she'd be involved in this.
Anyways, we're finished here, aren't we?
Yes. Thank you for lending Tracker to us, Leif.
Well, I want to help you find out what really happened. Don't make me regret trusting you, Mr. Cuthbert.
If you're truly on the side of justice, then you won't.
Good. Now, if you'll excuse me.
So it's it, right? We find out who committed the murder then. The monkey.
Oh my god.
My monkey is
Even
the
if
best
it's-
murderer ever.
Even if it's not the monkey, I'm still very glad that this is in the game.
Yes, I feel like we've gotten to this revelation too quickly, and we already know who the murderer is, but this did happen last time with Von Sanctus, so I could be wrong, and the monkey could actually be the killer here, but... Oh my god.
Bro.
And if you can get Harold to confess on the stand, he might reveal Beatrice's involvement as well. If he does that, you might be able to convince her and Miss Timora to take a plea deal. Although, knowing Miss Timora, that will be easier said than done. Anyways, this is definitely the lead we've been looking for.
But is it really enough? We still don't have any physical evidence.
It'll have to do for now. We're running out of time. We'll just have to call Harold to the stand to testify about what he did last night. If I could push him far enough, I might be able to catch him lying. But you doubt it'll be that easy. He has a good poker face. Just how much will he be able to hide his true thoughts?
I already gave my statement to the Inquisition. Is my testimony really necessary?
Sorry, old-timer. My orders came straight from the prosecutor. We're going to need you on the stand today.
I understand. I'll do what I can do to help.
Oh my fucking god, the monkey is
Oh,
doing a
the
fucking
monkey.
anime villain. The anime villain glasses, like, glare push-up.
Yeah.
Like the lens glare. My god. We have to do this trial. We have to.
We do, yeah,
We
yeah.
have to do it right now.
I mean, I have a feeling this is going to be the last one. For this case. I could be wrong, but I don't know what else there is to investigate.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Court is now resumed for the trial of Beatrice Frege. Let us review yesterday's proceedings. There was much debate over William Frege's inheritance. More specifically, it was unknown whether the defendant had any claim to her mother's inheritance. This detail was crucial in determining whether the defendant even had a motive to commit the murder. Luckily, the victim's will was supposedly read earlier today, and it is now part of the public record. What were the results of the will reading, Mr. Cuthbert?
William Frege was planning to leave all of his assets to Jaden Von Sanctus, his hopeful son-in-law. However, this was predicated on the condition that Jaden marry the victim's daughter, Leif. And it's clear that Miss Leif will never follow through on this engagement. If the engagement is not made in 6 months, William Frege's assets will be divided among his 3 daughters.
I see. So there was no mention of the defendant's disinheritance.
Correct, Your Honor. This means that the defendant did have something to gain from the victim's death.
Your Honor, despite the confusion around the victim's inheritance, there is still very little physical evidence that implicates my client.
May I remind you that Miriam Frege was not telling the truth in yesterday's proceedings? That itself is extremely suspect.
And William Frege was clearly not above manipulation and lying. You can't prove that she knowingly gave false testimony.
I'll admit that I can't prove that. I'll also admit that there's a lack of apparent physical evidence to substantiate our case, which is why the prosecution would like to call Harold Haraldson to the stand.
Lord Haraldson?
Sort of spell eating clearly plays a large role in the murder. Its theft is one of the few pieces of physical evidence in this case. As the gallery's
hold
curator.
on.
What?
I just remembered that the armbands of intellect were stolen, and it was a fake one that was there.
Yeah.
I don't know what that plays into it at all. I don't know how that plays into anything.
Yeah, you kind of got a point. As the gallery's curator, I believe he can further elaborate on how the sword was stolen that night. More specifically, you can find out what he did on the night of the murder.
I see. Well, the court would definitely benefit from his insight.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think this is the final trial for this case. It doesn't feel like it. Is it just me?
I don't know. It is the third. Is this the third trial or the second trial? Because there was
This is the second trial.
Okay. Yeah, it's the second trial, but we've had 3 days of investigation.
No, we've only had 2 days.
Have we only had two?
Yes.
The weird prologue thing threw me off.
Yeah. Okay, so the beginning was just the stuff throughout the trial.
Yeah, it was
And then we
in
went
media
back.
res.
And then we went back to do the investigation, and then we did the
Yeah.
trial as Tyrion.
Okay.
Then we just investigated, and now we're in the second day of trial.
Yeah, so this is day 2. Okay.
So I don't know if it's me, but it feels like it's moving too fast. I feel like Harold Haraldson isn't the murderer, and we're gonna get some more insight into who the actual murderer is through his testimony. Again, I could be wrong, and the monkey did fucking do it, but
Bailiff, please escort Lord Haroldson to the stand.
Witness, please state your name and occupation for the court.
Of course, my name is Harold Haroldson. I'm the owner and curator of Haroldson Hall of History, located in the Halmherth.
That's quite the alliterative occupation.
Harold, could you please testify to the court about how you discovered that the Sword of Spelling was stolen?
If it will help. I notice his monkey is not present.
Huh, you make a good point.
I was keeping an eye on my gallery's exhibits when I realized that my familiar hadn't returned. I called to him telepathically, but he didn't respond. I became worried, so I went around the manor to search for him. About an hour later, I returned to the gallery and discovered that the exhibit that held the Sword of Spell Eating was completely destroyed.
Okay, how do we explain that? Like, how do we explain that now? Because who could have done that? Who could have destroyed the case?
I don't know. The artifact was missing, so I reported the crime to the Knights at the ball, and they activated a discreet lockdown. Look, oh wait.
What? What?
They activated the lockdown after he noticed that the sword was stolen? So he should have been able to communicate with the monkey.
Oh, yeah! Hold on. Yeah, if the rat, the monkey, was holding the Sword of Spell Eating, then he would have been able to talk to his monkey.
Oh, yeah.
So you went to search for your monkey, and that's why you didn't witness the theft?
Yes, the thief was probably waiting for me to leave. He must have wanted to commit the crime without anyone seeing him.
Or his testimony's completely full of it. His search for Eugene must have been a cover that he's using to hide his actions that night. So how do you prove that? Are you referring to Eugene? Eugene! Eugene Haroldson, Your Honor. It's the name of the witness's familiar.
Yes, Eugene is a spry orangutan monkey. He helps me with my day-to-day.
I thought that said spy.
I did too, at first.
I see.
Anyways, you said that he hadn't returned. Does this mean he left you earlier in the night?
Yes, he always likes to explore large buildings like Frigga Manor. But he usually doesn't leave for that long. Does he typically... Oh, sorry, that's you.
Yeah. Does he... Hold on, give me a second. Okay. Does he typically ignore you like that?
Sometimes he's a young boy, so he likes to take his privacy. So I try not to pry, but I was wary of what would happen if a noble or a knight came across him. He usually knows not to bother people, but you never know what might happen.
You left the gallery room?
Yes, as I said, I was worried that something might happen to Eugene.
Where did you go during your search?
Eugene usually knows to stay out of people's bedrooms, so I went downstairs and searched for him there. I checked the bathroom, sitting room, and coat room. And I finally checked the kitchen and pantry. He might have gone there to steal some snacks.
But
like
you didn't...
banana.
Oh my god. But, like a banana. But you didn't find him in any of those places?
No, I didn't.
If I recall correctly, the glass was completely shattered. This is despite the presence of several abjuration spells that protected it.
Yes, it would have taken an extremely powerful spell to break it like that. As you saw, the glass display was shattered into shards.
Unless Harold had a way to dispel that magic, a powerful mage must have destroyed it. The monkey did it. Perhaps Harold had Beatrice shatter the glass before she went into the ballroom. The Sword of Spell Eating makes its wielder immune to magical effects. What use would the lockdown have been?
Honestly, not much. The wielder would have been immune to the anti-magic field and spells that prevented people from leaving. But at that point, the King's Guard just wanted to activate it for good measure.
His statement just now is missing some details. But what details should you ask him to elaborate on?
How did he find Eugene?
How did you eventually find Eugene that night?
After an hour of silence, he finally responded by telepathic messages. He made up with me in the gallery before we went to search for a sword.
So this would have been after the theft was reported.
Yes.
He would have had to pick up Eugene after he murdered Lord Frege. This must be the alibi that they're using to account for the time that no one could see Eugene. Anyways, this detail could be extremely important. Please add it to your testimony.
Harold.
Yes, of course, Harold.
Is Harold being mind-controlled?
I mean, I don't know, maybe.
He says that he went around and made her look for Eugene. Do you think he's telling the truth?
Maybe, but his so-called search for Eugene gave him a good excuse to not be seen by anyone. It's a decent alibi, if not without its flaws. You just need to poke some holes in the alibi. Hold on, give me a second.
No worries.
Alright, I'm back.
Let's see what changed about the last statement, because... oh, but if he didn't find...
What?
Hold on, because visit the last statement is like the same thing as last time, but they just added more details, so I guess we have to look and see what happens if we do the other option, the sword option, but
How do you
I think
eventually
Eugene is the...
find the source of spell eating?
Guard and I slowly and carefully checked each room in the manor. After about an hour, we finally found the artifact under the bed in the defendant's room.
This must be where Tracker hides the sticks that he finds. Now that I think about it, he's probably the one who stole Celeste's sword in the first place. Anyways, this detail could be extremely important. Please add it to your testimony, witness. Fuck. Okay. Yes, of course.
Oh yes, I think we gotta switch it to a Eugene one, and then present the lockdown or something, because like his testimony is false because he's like said that he couldn't communicate with Eugene, and then he came back an hour later and noticed that the sword was missing, and then reported the theft, which caused the lockdown. But supposedly he couldn't communicate with Eugene because the lockdown was already in place. So I don't know where to present the specific thing where it says the timing of everything is wrong, but the timing of everything is wrong. And I think it's in this last statement of Eugene specifically. I just don't know what specifically to present. Is there a thing we have specifically for the lockdown thing? Maybe try that. Or Oh wait, no, Harold's the only one that knows the password of the lockdown thing. Oh no, that's for the security, not the lockdown. Yeah.
However, anyone physically or magically connected to the Sword of Spell Eating would be immune to the effects.
Objection!
Got it.
Yeah.
Harold, you found Eugene before you went to search for the Sword of Spell Eating. This would mean that happened while the lockdown was still active, am I correct?
Yes, as much as I was worried about the artifact, Eugene's safety was far more important.
That's the thing, Harold. You said that after hours of silence, you finally received a telepathic message back from Eugene.
What?
So that leaves one question. How did you communicate with Eugene telepathically if you were both within an anti-magic field?
What?
Harold, in response to the theft, the Kingsguard activated the lockdown system to prevent anyone from leaving. That same lockdown system would have placed an anti-magic field over every inch of that manor. That field should have suppressed the telepathic abilities given to you by familial bond. You wouldn't have been able to speak with Eugene at all. Mr. Cuthbert, are you accusing the witness of lying in his testimony?
Please, Cuthbert is blowing this entire thing out of proportion. Anti-magic field is a resource-intensive spell. We can't assume that they managed to cover every inch of the manor. Especially the areas that would only be accessible to a small animal.
Miss Timora, let's assume that Eugene managed to reach some sort of blind spot in the lockdown system. The magical telepathy granted by familial bond connects two people. Even if Eugene wasn't affected by the anti-magic field, Harold would be.
That's very true. So how did I hear him that night?
Okay, well, it looks like even he's confused, so I don't think
Oh,
he's actually What?
oh my god.
What is it?
So Eugene took the armbands of intellect, gained like intelligence, like super intelligence or some shit like that, and then did this on his own accord.
But why?
Because he understands how much Harold hates William, but he knows that Harold wasn't going to do anything about it, so the monkey took the initiative.
That would actually be fucking crazy. There's only one answer that makes sense, Harold. You did hear Eugene telepathically. Because Eugene was wielding the sword of spell eating.
What?
I'm sorry, Mr. Cuthbert, but are you saying that the sword of spell eating was stolen by the witness's pet monkey?
I am, Your Honor. It's the only way the witness's testimony makes sense. She doesn't have a rebuttal. You should push this while you still have the chance. Harold Haroldson, you were the one who stole the sword of spell eating, weren't you?
What reason would I have to steal something that already belongs to me?
It was to take suspicion off of you, because you were the one who had William Frege killed. You staged a robbery and used the sword of spell eating to make Eugene invisible. Then you sent him through the manor's ventilation system. Also, you could have him murder William Frege in his study. Dante, I think that, I don't think that this is what it is anymore.
Monkey theory is probably not the monkey alone theory, perhaps.
Monkey theory is losing its steam.
Well done, Cooper. I suppose you just can't stop yourself from pursuing a lying witness.
It's what I do best, Miss Timora.
Of course. Witness, do you have anything to say in your defense? It's quite obvious, but I completely refute the prosecution's allegations. He's misguided, but he's just doing his job.
You're expecting his thoughts to be hostile like before.
And do you also refute your statement about Eugene telepathically speaking with you? I had no benefit of lying to stand and try and save myself. Can't explain how it happened, but I stand by my testimony. Eugene did telepathically contact me during the lockdown, but how did he do it?
Wait, so he doesn't know how the telepathic communication happened? Perhaps he overlooked it when he was planning the murder with Beatrice. I don't think it's him anymore. Yeah.
And that's your position, Cuthbert. But the witness sent a monkey to murder William Frege?
She's talking
God
to you.
damn it.
She's talking to you, Dante. She's talking to you.
No.
It may sound ridiculous, but it's the only thing that makes sense. Or do you have any evidence to refute that, Miss Timora?
No, I fully and wholeheartedly agree with you, Cuthbert.
Wait.
Tyrion?
Mr. Cuthbert, did you forget that you were prosecuting Beatrice Frege?
Oh shit. Wait.
Oh.
Oh shit. Wait. Yeah. Wait. We went back to our roots, I guess.
Your Honor, even as prosecutor, it's clear that Cuthbert just can't stop himself from finding the true culprit.
Oh, wait. I also meant to say that the defendant conspired with the witness to commit the crime.
Oh, really? And do you have any proof of this conspiracy to commit?
Oh,
Of course you don't.
But even so...
But assuming you did have evidence to prove your statement. If this was really a plot formed by my client and the witness, what would my client even contribute to this plan? What you said, this plot was completely carried out by Lord Harrelson and his familiar.
Well... The glass! He would have needed a powerful mage like the defendant to break the sword's display case and stage the robbery.
So her contribution to the murder was breaking some glass. Can you prove that my client shattered a display case? Can you prove that she did so knowing that it would somehow lead to her father's death?
You might have gotten a little too eager to prove Harold's guilt. The game is talking to you.
Listen, I understand. Monkey theory, it's a very, I understand.
Okay.
The physical evidence against my client was almost non-existent in the first place. Meanwhile, it seems like the prosecution has just brought forward physical evidence that implicates Lord Harrelson. Physical evidence that's supported by his own testimony. There has to be some explanation for this. Cuthbert, didn't you ask me something yesterday? If my client didn't kill the victim, then who did? I suppose I should thank you for finding the answer.
Damn it. All you did was make it more difficult to prove your case. But Harold has to be involved in this. You weren't wrong about that. Only Eugene would be small enough to traverse the air vents. So isn't there anything else you can use?
Tracker.
With the threat of indictment, Harold must be stressed. It's gotten you out of tight spots before. Maybe you can find the evidence in his mind.
If you can use every trick you have, Cuthbert. It won't help you.
Ignore her. Calm your mind and focus the eye of Horus on him. You have to find something, anything, that might tie the murder to Beatrice.
Naught can remain concealed.
Eugene, just what were you doing that night? Did you really wield the sword if only for a brief moment?
Wait, he should have known exactly where Eugene was that night. Why would his thoughts say that? Because he didn't fucking do anything.
Can't believe that one of my artifacts was used to commit a murder. It's completely disrespectful of the culture and history behind it.
What? He's speaking as if he truly had no hand in this. But that can't be true, can it?
Armbands. Can you please do the armbands? I have a feeling the armbands are... The armbands of intellect are still missing. I inspected it closely before Lord's Ball. They were still there when I moved them to Frigga Manor. Someone must have stolen it during the ball.
Right. We never did find out what happened to the armbands. Could there seriously have been a second thief there?
Oh shit, no, it wasn't there.
Nope, not that.
Maybe security? Not one, but two artifacts were stolen during Lord's Ball. I never expected anyone to completely bypass my security like this. It's just more of...
Help.
William, it's a shame that things ended up this way. I truly hoped I could show you the value of Wivengard's history. Damn, what's the last one here? It's truly a shame that Beatrice was driven to flee from her own family. If only I'd introduced myself to her, perhaps we could have found a solution together.
He doesn't know Beatrice? But how? She planned the murder with him. Unless... What? What's going on? He's speaking as if he really had no hand in this. You can guard yourself from the eye of Horus, but you can't lie to it. And if that's true, were you wrong about Harold's involvement? Is he really innocent?
See anything, Cuthbert? Your Honor, it's clear that the prosecution has nothing left to argue. There's very little evidence implicating my client, and there's a far more likely suspect in front of us right now.
Yes, I must agree, Miss Timor. At the very least, I see no reason to prolong this trial any longer.
Oh, wait. Beatrice couldn't have personally done this. Discounting the fact that she's completely blind, she was with the two princes for most of the night. So, who actually killed William Frigga in his study? Think about this. The reason why you suspected Harold in the first place was because of what Tracker said. Tracker's vocabulary is primitive and limited. He uses the word rat to describe small creatures that hide and act suspiciously.
But even if it wasn't an actual rat, it still couldn't have been a human, right?
You're right, it would have been a small animal. A small animal with the strength and dexterity to traverse a small air vent while holding a sword. Tracker definitely saw some kind of animal. Was this someone else's familiar? What did Tracker see in the air vent? I mean, I don't...
It has to be Eugene, though, right?
I mean... Even if Harold didn't command his monkey to do it...
Eugene...
Right, it had to have been Eugene. Tracker found the sword in that hallway, and Eugene couldn't have communicated with Harold unless the sword protected both of them from the anti-magic field. But why? Did Eugene just happen to be in that hallway? That also doesn't explain why the Sword of Eating was even there. No, Tracker said that Eugene came out of the air vent on one side of the hallway, then he fled into the air vent on the other side. Even for a small monkey, those vents would have been extremely cramped. He wouldn't have entered those vents out of mere curiosity. Why is Eugene in the air vents? You know now that Harold didn't participate in the murder. But did he know about what Eugene was doing that night?
Eugene was acting of his own free will. It's the monkey theory! The monkey theory! It was his own doing!
Oh my god. Eugene was acting of his own free will. That's the explanation that makes the most sense. But how? And why? Harold is the only person that is magically connected to Eugene. And even if Beatrice somehow got Eugene to follow her orders, she wouldn't have been able to direct his actions telepathically. Beatrice couldn't use any other conjuration spells to contact him either. She was also in the anti-magic field when she was with Aster. So if Eugene was the one who murdered William Frege, was he acting independently? No, that can't be possible. Oh my god. I think you're right. I actually think you're right on this one. He stole the fucking arms of intelligence, and then he gained consciousness, and then decided to kill William.
Monkey Theory 2.0.
The plan required knowledge of Frege Manor's ventilation system. It also involved murdering William during the lockdown and destroying his will. Eugene might be smart for a monkey, but a normal monkey wouldn't have known how to identify and destroy William's will, even if Beatrice is someone trying to do all this beforehand. Oh my fucking god. This game can't be real, dude! What is this? No, it couldn't be.
I discovered that the armbands of intellect have been stolen as well. And unlike the sort of spell eating, we still haven't found the armbands.
You look at the glass case where the armbands used to be. The thief didn't shatter the glass.
Exactly. Moreover, the armbands were actually replaced with a very well-made replica. Magical locks on the case can be disbanded.
Oh my fucking god. The monkey disabled the lock. Because the monkey knows.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure, like, this guy stated that the monkey knows the password, I think. Or maybe he just knows it, I don't know. How are they normally disabled?
Maybe turned on and off using a spoken password.
How many people know this password?
Only myself. I personally oversee the transport of these items when they're moved.
It was the fucking monkey. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Only Harold knows the password, but someone could have overheard him saying it. Holy shit.
It was the
someone
monkey.
That's constantly looking over his shoulder. What the fuck is this? What is it? You've made some ridiculous. I can't, dude.
I think this might be the last trial. I think this might be the last trial day.
Okay, hold on. I need a second. I can't breathe. I need to get some nasal spray. Okay, but if the monkey did it, then why did Lucio Steelwind show up? Was he just a red herring? And did he just need to be introduced because he has a role in the final case, maybe? Like, why did he show up?
I don't know.
You've made some ridiculous statements in the past, but there's no way the judge will even entertain this theory. You'll have to be smart about this. Your Honor, I think there's one more witness that can clear up this discrepancy once and for all. I believe he can prove the prosecution's case to the court.
Really? I frankly find that hard to believe.
Please trust me, Your Honor. There's an element to this that we all aren't aware. Wait. Let me try that again. There's an element to this that we all aren't seeing, and it's one that no one will believe.
What do you have planned now?
Oh, if only you, man, you wish you knew, bro. You wish you knew where my brain was.
Very well, I'll give you one last chance, Mr. Cuthbert. But know that if your next witness fails to unveil any new information, I won't hesitate in this trial.
I understand, Your Honor. So, I'm going to need you to bear with me for a moment.
Why?
Your Honor, the defense calls Eugene Haroldson to the stand.
The music just cuts off.
Listen, guys. Listen. Let me cook. I know, okay? Listen.
Never mind. I retract my earlier statement. I'll be passing my verdict.
Oh, wait. Just bear with me for a moment.
Mr. Cuthbert, I should find you in contempt for even suggesting this. Do you honestly think I'll allow a monkey to give a testimony in my courtroom?
Yeah, it sounds pretty out there even for us.
I'd like to remind the court of the nature of Harold's bond with Eugene. Eugene is a familiar. This means that Harold Haraldson can speak with him telepathically. But this is absolutely... Show me the law that says an animal can't give testimony, Your Honor. Oh my god. It may be unprecedented, but it's not against the law.
It's a literal kangaroo court.
I fucking love this game. Very well.
Your Honor, you can't be serious right now. Are you actually going through with this?
Oh, Miss Timora, I am looking for any possible reason not to entertain this. But Mr. Cuthbert has a point. There are no laws against this proposal. So I have no choice but to oblige his frankly insane actions for now.
Well, I guess it doesn't matter. It's not as if this will reveal anything.
Oh, you're fucking in for it.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but bailiff, please escort Lord Haraldson's monkey to the stand.
Damn, he's not even going to respect his name.
Oh my fucking god.
Witness, please state your name and occupation of the court.
I could do without the sarcasm, Miss Timora. All right, who's doing this? Who's doing this? Who's doing this?
I'll be the monkey.
All right.
It
It is your theory. So
is my theory.
You should get to play the villain.
Oh, Eugene Monkey. Bailiff, please make sure the stenographer gets Haraldson's translations.
You can't see the armbands on him right now. He must be at his normal intelligence right now. Although, how would he even wear them? Perhaps he held them in his hands? They only require physical contact after all. Eugene, did you steal from the gallery on the night of the murder?
Oh, gag! Eugene never steal from Harold. Eugene, respect Harold.
Then you'll have no problem testifying about where you went during the Lord's Ball, right?
I can't believe I let you convince me to permit this.
Oh my god, dude. I'm in disbelief right now.
Ook! Eugene explored house. Eugene looked for a new place to play. Eugene also looked for spiders. Spiders, yum. Ook! You think Eugene steal armbands of intellect?
Oh.
Oh god, Eugene never steal from Harold. Harold a friend. Ook! Eugene always Harold's friends. Apes strong together.
Wow, you did it, Cuthbert. You blew this case wide open.
Is this really going to help us?
Look, you'll just have to trust me on this.
I trust you?
That sentence sounds like it turned into a question at the end. Interpret?
Objection!
Oh, I didn't know that did
Oh.
that. Your Honor, the
Interesting.
witness's thoughts contradict the evidence.
Mr. Cuthbert, the witness's statement was many things, but it was not contradictory.
All right, I suppose I see what you mean. But Harold is an associate of House Frege. Surely you visited Frege Manor before that night.
Manor constantly changes. William always doing renovations. There's always a new discovery to be made.
You suppose that makes sense. William certainly had the gold for it. Anyways, what else did you do that night, Eugene? Do you enjoy eating spiders?
Spiders good, rich in nutrients.
Why are you angry about
Oh, why is he mad?
it? Wait, really?
Some cuteness and some cultures in the Eastern Kingdoms they eat roast crickets.
Some cuteness.
I tried them, but actually not bad if they're prepared correctly.
I don't think I could ever be that adventurous.
Can we please stay on topic?
I wasn't accusing you of anything, Eugene. Perhaps you accidentally unlocked the case and took them thinking they were some sort of toy. This could all be an honest mistake.
Eugene, not dum-dum. Eugene know how important artifacts are to Harold. Harold, Eugene never take from him.
You might not have knowingly done it, but perhaps you took one of the artifacts by accident.
Eugene never do that.
Huh. Interesting. Then how do you explain your brief contact with the sword of spell eating? Harold couldn't have telepathically contacted you unless one of you was wielding it.
Oh.
Eugene don't understand question.
Right, he won't understand how the sword works without his heightened intelligence. Unless... Unless what?
It's under his hat. It's under his hat.
Oh, it could be. Do you consider yourself close to Harold?
I would guess so. They literally have a magical connection with each other.
Right. I suppose the bond between a mage and his familiar would require a lot of trust.
Harold saved Eugene from bad men years ago. Eugene would never betray.
So you're a rescue.
Bad man lock Eugene in a cage. He'd tell people to throw peanuts at Eugene. Harold take Eugene away from the prison. Lock up bad man.
He seems to genuinely care for Harold. Could that be why he did this? Clearly feels indebted to him. That might be his motive.
Tyrion?
Don't look at me like that. I know it looks bad. But I swear there's more to this than meets the eye. It's a transformer!
If you say so.
There has to be something in his statements. He had to have been wearing the armbands on the night of the murder. Which thought reveals that? Think about how Tracker spoke. Is there anything different in the way Eugene is speaking right now?
That third statement for sure.
How would he even know what they are?
Yeah.
How would he know what they are?
Objection!
Wait a minute. Eugene, I asked you before if you stole anything from Harold's gallery.
Eugene, no. Eugene would never steal from Harold.
Cooper, don't waste your time by having him repeat that statement.
That's the thing, Miss Timora. That's not the same statement he made in his testimony. I asked the witness if he stole an artifact from the gallery. I never mentioned the armbands of intellect.
Look!
I never thought I was going to say this in response to the monkey being the criminal, but fucking gotcha.
What are you talking about now? Witness lacks the understanding to differentiate between the artifacts. It was clearly just a simple mistake.
It's not just the fact that he named the wrong artifact, Miss Timora. It's the fact that he used its actual name. I'm afraid I don't understand what you mean, Mr. Cuthbert. Your Honor, animals can't speak the same way that humans do. Even when a telepathic link is established, their vocabulary is extremely limited.
Right, Tracker called the sword of spell eating a stick before. It was hard to understand what he really meant.
Exactly. So that raises the question, how did Eugene know that they were called the Armbands of Intellect? Wait, how did he know? The armbands were stolen during the Lord's Ball and replaced with a well-made replica. Where are the Armbands of Intellect right now? Oh my god. If he had worn the armbands when he was sneaking through the vents, he would have never had the opportunity to put them back, and the armbands are still missing. Eugene is wearing
the armbands
at this
moment.
It can't be. Is he really? The armbands were designed to be worn by humans, so Eugene couldn't wear them on his arms. So where would he wear them? He initially thought that he carried them in his hands, but there's a far more simpler explanation. Eugene, do you still maintain that you didn't steal the armbands of intellect?
Eugene told you already. You knew it. Eugene never steal from Harold.
That's Celeste.
Oh, Eugene never told you already. Eugene never steal from Harold.
That still sounds like Celeste, but okay.
They're,
all right.
they're very high-pitched. Yeah. It's fine.
Then I suppose you wouldn't mind taking off your hat. Oh my fucking...
Oh shit. Are you serious right now? You don't think he's wearing them on right now, do you?
It's the only thing that makes sense. The armbands were taken on the night of the murder, and they are still missing. If Eugene did steal the armbands that night, he would have never had the opportunity to return them. He had no choice but to continue wearing them until the investigation was over.
This is absolutely ridiculous. You're spinning a fairy tale. Do you honestly expect us to believe that a monkey increased its intellect beyond human limits?
If I'm wrong, the witness can easily refute my theory by removing his hat. Well, what's it going to be, Eugene? You see him fully break character, and he slowly but silently lifts his hat.
No, you can't be serious.
Everyone can see it plainly. He's wearing the armbands like a crown around his tiny head. What the
Shit.
Holy shit. What the hell? What the From out of his hat, you can see him pull something else out. the...
Well done, Mr. Cuthbert. I shouldn't have underestimated you.
You!
Serious? This is probably a blessing in disguise. I don't think I could bear debasing myself any longer.
The fucking suave-ass voice you're giving this monkey right now.
Objection!
Objection, Your Honor.
On what grounds, Miss Timora?
On what grounds? Everything about this situation is objectionable. It's downright absurd. So he seriously betrays the cop.
But Miss Timora, we can't deny what's clearly in front of us.
I was not ready for today.
Neither was I.
How is he even talking right now?
Scholars believe that humans and apes evolved from a common ancestor. Perhaps all apes can speak the common language under the right circumstances.
Evolved, please. I observed your society. I think calling humanity evolved is being quite generous. This can't be happening. Well, are you all done gawking at me like a bunch of simpletons?
Simpletons? Wait a minute.
It's quite difficult to separate myth from actual historical accounts.
Right, I remember encountering a similar problem at the Imperial Academy.
Ah, you must be quite dedicated to your studies. Let the simpleton into the Imperial Academy?
Rude, but you suppose that can't be helped? Every insulting thought that you've seen...
it was from the monkey.
Oh my god! What the fuck? No way!
It was
No way! No way! Well, no, dude, every single time every single bit you did of saying, "Oh, my monkey's the best," it was the monkey the entire time.
It was the monkey the entire time.
I love this game. They were Eugene's thoughts. He's been wearing the armband since you first met. But I still don't understand. Why would you even take the armbands in the first place?
I'll admit that the Lord's Ball was one of many occasions. The first time I touched them was due to sheer chance.
You put them on by accident?
My unawakened self was enamored by its glittering sheen. I merely wanted to touch them, but when I first held them in my hands, I experienced a sense of clarity that I'd never felt before. I was afraid of what I'd experienced, so I left them alone. But as I returned to my primitive lifestyle, I couldn't stop thinking about what I felt that day.
You were hooked.
I wouldn't quite phrase it like that, but I suppose you're not wrong. Bro, the way he's like leading on his knee with the fucking pipe. I already knew the password to Harold's vault, so I'd come in from time to time and indulge in the armband's power. But the more time I spent with my awakened intellect, the more I craved power when I had put them away.
And that's when you made the replica.
While no one was watching, I devised a plan to discreetly take the armbands. Harold would have eventually discovered that they were stolen, but he would have concluded that a noble from the Lord's Ball took them.
Because of the pressure that he was receiving from the crown.
I'm not proud of what I've done, but I never expected things to reach this point. I didn't expect someone to steal the sword of spell eating as well.
Oh, it wasn't him.
Oh. I certainly didn't expect a murder to happen that night.
Wait. So
he's the one that did the theft, so there's still two separate crimes.
Wait, so you still maintain that you're innocent?
Of course I do. I stole the armbands, but I did not murder William Friga, nor did I take the sword of spell eating. Allow me to elaborate. I'll admit that I took the armbands and replaced them with a replica, but I was not the crook who stole the sword of spell eating. The thefts are completely different from one another. The display case of a sword is completely shattered. I spotted the sword when I was exploring the manor. It was lying in the middle of a hallway. I wondered why such an important artifact would be lying there, so I took a closer look to inspect it. That's when I heard Harold call out to me telepathically. The sword must have protected me and Harold from the anti-magic field. I wanted to take the sword and return it, but a wild dog chased me away from the scene.
He has a point. He didn't need to shatter a display case of a sword.
Yeah, he already knew the passwords. But Tracker said that Eugene was the one who dropped the sword. Furthermore, he escaped into the air vent that led into William's study. His actions that night were definitely not as innocent as his testimony implies. He must have lied somewhere. You stole the armbands by using Harold's spoken password, am I correct?
Yes, I sit on his shoulder most of the time. He obviously never suspected what I do, so it was a simple matter of listening to him and when he transported the artifacts to Frigga Manor.
And can I assume that you knew the passwords for the other displays as well?
I do, and I can easily demonstrate it.
You doubt that he'd lie about that when you can easily check it. Even so, you already lied about not stealing the armbands. Why should we believe you now?
The answer to that lies in the physical evidence.
How do we know that you didn't shatter the glass to cover your tracks?
Harold's password nullifies the locks, but they don't nullify the magic that protects the glass. Harold told you himself, didn't he? Only a powerful mage could have shattered the reinforced glass.
But as a familiar, magic can be cast through you.
Only Harold can cast magic through me. I can't cast any spells by myself. And even if I could, Harold's spell compendium doesn't have a spell that's powerful enough for that.
His logic is sound, but if what he's saying is true, who shattered the glass?
Anyways,
But that location was near the Frigga's bedrooms. Don't tell me that you...
what do you take me for? I know what a bedroom looks like, and I'd never enter one uninvited. Uninvited?
Then why were you there in the first place?
I was coming back from the rooftop garden, but I suddenly felt something interfering with the armband's magic.
The anti-magic fields.
Yes, I was worried that something would have happened, so I made my way back to the gallery to meet up with Harold.
I see. Did you add this to your testimony?
Very well.
And that's when you made contact with it?
Yes, I was quite surprised, too. At the time, the magic of the armbands was being nullified. When I picked up a sword, my intelligence finally returned. That's how I knew I was holding the sword of Spellion.
Was this the first time he tried to contact you this night?
No, he had telepathically messaged me earlier that night. But I was so absorbed in my explanation that I ignored him.
He was absorbed into his exploration? Would that really cause him to ignore a call from Harold? Didn't you have enough time to grab the sword? You were holding it, after all.
I'm not proud to admit it, but my survival instincts took over. At that point, I was more concerned about escaping into that wild animal.
I suppose that makes sense. Tracker is several times larger than him. He had every reason to be afraid.
His story makes sense. There's no way he could have shattered the glass.
I suppose so, but Tracker saw him that night. He was definitely traversing the vents in that hallway, which means he lied somewhere in his testimony.
Do we have the map? Is there like a... What about the second floor?
The rooftop garden. From the rooftop garden to the gallery.
Oh wait, yeah, that's on the
How?
other side of the... Yeah.
Objection!
Eugene, I'm sure you're well aware of this, but the best way to hide to lie is to hide a false detail within many truths.
I mean, what are you trying to insinuate, Mr. Cuthbert?
You said that you were heading from the terrace to the gallery. Did you take any detours?
Of course not. With the armbands nullified, my intelligence was slowly fading. I wanted to return to Harold as soon as possible.
Witness, I'd like for you to take a look at this floor map of Frigga Manor. This is the location where that wild dog found the sword of spell eating. So tell me, Eugene, how did you spot the sword of spell eating when it was hidden in the hallway north of Beatrice's room?
That's... Why are you nitpicking at such an insignificant statement? He's probably just got distracted and went down the wrong hallway.
This time, Laura, Eugene came from the rooftop garden. and he was adamant that he went directly to the gallery to reunite with Harold. Even if his intellect was muddled, he was intent on reuniting with his worried companion. He definitely took the direct route, but if he did, he never would have been able to see into that hallway.
I see your point, Mr. Cuthbert, but what does this mean?
It means that the witness lied about where he was before he discovered the sword of spell eating. He wasn't coming from the rooftop garden. He came from the air vents in that specific hallway. So why were you in that hallway, Eugene? You lied in your testimony. Was it because you wanted to hide what you really were doing that night? Admit it, Eugene. You snuck through the air vents to avoid detection. Then you used the air vent in that hallway to break into William's study. After that, you murdered him using his letter opener, didn't you?
That's not what I went there to do.
He went there to go... I bet he went there to go talk to William to try and get William to change his mind about the funding.
Oh, yeah, maybe. No, I didn't mean... So it was an accident?
Maybe?
Order! Order in the court! Witness, is this true? Did you break into William Frega's study during the lockdown?
I mean, yes, I did enter his study. Not for the reason you think. William Frega was already dead when I got... Oh, shit, okay.
Oh, damn. Well...
What?
What did you just say?
It's true.
Do you honestly expect us to believe a story like that? How could someone else have killed the victim before you got there? Tracker took the sword of spell eating, and you were the only intelligent creature that could walk through the air vents.
I understand how unbelievable and suspicious it sounds. Why do you think I lied in the first place? But it's the truth, Mr. Cuthbert. You have to believe me.
You don't see any contradicting thoughts through the eye, but that hardly absolves him of guilt. But could he really be telling the truth? If that's true, that only brings you back to the one question you've been asking since this all began. Who really did this? Dante, I think the monkey theory has been debunked
damn
again.
It. Bro, I've been on a fucking monkey joyride tonight. Holy shit.
This is gonna be the best episode. Okay, Eugene, let's assume you're telling the truth.
Do you actually believe me?
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. You're still my only suspect for this, but I know better than anyone about jumping to conclusions, so I'll give you the benefit of the doubt for now.
I see.
However, if you want to absolve yourself, I need you to tell me about what you really saw that night. There might be something, anything that might point to who really did this.
Very well. I'll tell you what I saw. Although I doubt you'll believe me.
Alright, what the fuck did the monkey see?
Monkey see, monkey do.
Oh my god. Get out of here.
I discreetly made my way to that hallway through the Never air vent. I exited the air vent in that hallway and tried to leap to the other side. I'm not sure if it was my waning intelligence or my desperation, but I collided with something that I didn't see. I fell to the ground and found a sort of spell-eating ling next to me. I wanted to retrieve it, so however that wild dog forced me to retreat. After that, I continued to make my way to the study. That's when I found William Frega. He was dead on the floor and lying in a pool of blood. And as if I were blessed by the scaled fucking Lord himself, I found the will that he was drafting, so I destroyed it.
Oh, he destroyed the will.
Frankly, Mr. Harrelson, I find that story very difficult to believe.
I assumed as much, but you know what they say. Truth is a stranger in fiction.
Yeah, this case is fucking wild.
Isn't it more likely that you murdered the victim? You're clearly trying to cover up what you did by saying that he was already dead.
Honestly, I really don't know what to think.
Is he really telling the truth? Well, I think I know what to do here. But why were you there in the first place?
All began when William Frega got into an argument with Harold. That cur wanted to defund the prestigious Haraldson Hall of History. I knew a man like William probably had many secrets, so I devised a plan to break into his study and find something that I could use to blackmail.
Oh my god, the monkey was about to engage in fucking blackmail. This is... okay.
As you know, there's a small air vent in that hallway, and it connected to William's study on the ground floor. I wasn't aware that William was planning to stay in his study all night, so I thought I could look through his documents without anyone seeing me.
You suppose that does make sense, but is he really telling the truth?
What happened when he tried to leap to another air vent, Eugene?
I thought monkeys were extremely dexterous. Are you just clumsy?
I have impeccable dexterity.
It sounds like you struck a nerve there.
I must have been muddled from losing the armband's magic.
How did you know it was the sort of... Fuck. How did you know it was the sort of spell eating?
When I held up my hands, I felt my intelligence return. But I also heard Harold calling out to me telepathically. He was clearly growing worried, so I knew I needed to move quickly.
Did this wild dog have a white coat of fur?
He did. Are you acquainted with him?
Something like that.
Well, next time you meet him, tell him that I don't appreciate being called a rat. I'm a proud orangutan.
Oh my god. You can understand him?
I've picked up a little of the canine language throughout my life. I'm also fluent in squirrel and pigeon.
Oh my... I love this monkey.
I can also speak owl, but I'll admit it's barely conversational.
As much as you want to test the validity of those claims, they're not relevant to the case.
That's a very fun little like world building fact that just like each animal type has their own language. What happened when you entered the study? Seems awfully convenient that he was murdered before you arrived. Why are you getting so in on this, Ruby?
Because she wants to get Beatrice innocent, so...
Oh, yeah, true. I know how it may seem, but I'm telling you the truth.
And do you have any explanation for how the assailant broke into the study without the sword?
I unfortunately do not. Please, it's obvious your testimony doesn't match up with the evidence. Whoever did this either entered through the vents or they used the sword to nullify the lock. And your own testimony states that the sword was abandoned in that hallway.
It doesn't match up with whether you thought happened, but does it really contradict the evidence you have? Anyways, what did you do when you discovered the body?
It was only a matter of time before someone discovered the body, so I quickly searched the room for something I could use.
So you were the one who took the will. I've been trying to find it. What did it say?
I was pressed for time, so I didn't read the entire document. But I found an order to his executor to defend the Pirates and Hall of History. Since he went out of his way to swiftly specify that in the current copy, I conclude that his former will didn't have this addendum.
So you could save Harold's museum by making sure it never got submitted for probate. Anyways, do you have the will with you?
My apologies, I crumpled it up into a ball and ate it. I then left the room before my intelligence was completely gone.
Alright, we gotta wait for him to take a shit, and then we're gonna look at it.
Do you know what my current theory is now?
What?
No, it's a very out there, right?
Yes.
But it's possible
I'm hearing you
that
out.
Frege might have killed himself and
Ow, my
confessed and confided in the monkey.
Really? I don't know about that one.
Who else could be the killer, though?
Yeah, that's true. You have a point. You were really hoping to see if William followed through on his threat to disinherit Beatrice. It's hard to believe, but you can't see any direct contradictions. But should you press him more? But what if he's telling the truth? If Eugene did do this, your next course of action is clear. Although that still wouldn't explain how Beatrice fits into this. You recall something that Tracker said to you. Tracker, you said you had to smell to see where the rat was? Oh. Somebody used invisibility, and that's what Eugene knocked into.
So it wasn't ever something that night.
And when you dropped a stick, you were finally able to see him. Does this mean you couldn't visually see him before he fell down?
Yeah, Tracker couldn't see where the rat was eyes, so Tracker used his nose to see it. Eugene was invisible?
Eugene, when you were carrying out your plan, did you turn yourself invisible somehow?
No, I hardly had the means to. And even if I had somehow convinced Harold to cast a spell at me, he doesn't know how to cast invisibility. Here, if you may just do.
But I bet Eris does.
Oh boy.
Right, you recall... I just mentioned Eris. I just mentioned her, and she just showed up next in the text? What the fuck? Is she watching us? Right, you recall Eris saying the same thing during the Nightgrave trials. Only a Master of Illusion could do that. That's how you first thought Beatrice was evolved. But if Eugene is truly innocent, did she turn someone else invisible? If that's true, you're back right where you started again. No, think through this. Eugene's testimony fills in a blank that's been missing.
Fell to the ground and found a sort of spell eating laying next to me.
How did you know it was sort of spell eating?
When I held it in my hands, I felt my intelligence return. But I also heard Harold calling out to me telepathically. He was clearly getting worried, so I knew I needed to move quickly. I wanted to retrieve a sword, but that wild dog forced me to retreat. After that, I couldn't continue to make my way down to the study.
And what happens when you cross-reference that with Tracker's testimony?
That's what Tracker smelled flying rat. Tracker could smell where Rat was, so Tracker barked at him. Tracker must have scared Rat because he fell at the floor and dropped his stick.
How did this sort of spell eating end up in the hallway?
A thief. The thief dropped the sword in the hallway. That has to be the only...
Okay, the thief dropped the sword in that hallway, but how does that make sense? Did they hide the sword there like you originally thought? No, that hallway was close to the gallery. There were plenty of better places to hide the sword. If it weren't for Tracker taking it, it would have been found even sooner. The thief must have accidentally dropped the sword there. This can only mean one thing. Why was the thief in that hallway? The thief
was sneaking through the air vents?
That doesn't really make sense to me. Tunneling, I'm gonna try breaking through the hallway. No, that hallway leads towards the bath.
I think it has to be the vents, yeah?
But why? The thief was also sneaking through the air vents. That's the only reason why they would be there. What?
It's the kid. It has to be the kid, because he's the only the fucking Aster's prince brother kid.
Oh.
He's the only ever, like, small thing that could go through there, and also the only ever powerful mage that could break through the glass.
And he knows evocation.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why they would be there. But that would imply the thief was as small as Eugene. Could it have been another familiar? And if so, why didn't Eugene notice them? Wait.
I'm not sure if it was my winning intelligence or my desperation, but I collided with something that I didn't see.
He collided with something he didn't see. In other words, it was something that wasn't visible to him. And as a master of illusion magic, Beatrice is one of the few people at the ball that can cast invisibility.
Beatrice would never trust anyone to work together like this.
But she's completely blind. She wouldn't have much of a choice.
Even so, she's not the type of person that could, to trust her accomplice stay quiet. She'd find a way to carry out a plan herself, and she'd only employ someone else's help if she had full control of him.
Have you been approaching this situation incorrectly the entire time? Through the eye, you knew that Beatrice was involved somehow, but you just assumed that she was one part of a larger plot. The breaking of the glass and the casting of invisibility. Those were the elements you knew she was involved with, but it never really fit together. Not unless she was the one pulling the strings the entire time. And there's only one way she could be in control the entire time. But that's so bad. But that's so bad if that's true. That's so horrible. That would be awful if that's true. Dante, are you still there?
I'm still here, yeah. I'm just,
Like, that would literally be so awful, dude.
Yeah.
Please say we're wrong.
Okay.
Okay, good. No, you've been
Maybe she has a familiar of her own then, so maybe we just present the find familiar spell then?
But there's one tool she could have used to do. Oh, it's talking about this.
Yeah.
A couple of memories flood into your mind.
Familiar is a creature that a mage has formed a magical contract with. Contract, our souls are bonded. I could speak with him telepathically. I could even see through his eyes and cast my spells through him if I wanted to.
Really? I never knew a spell like that existed.
It's quite rare. Very few mages take the time to learn how to cast it.
Hi, I'm Tyrion Cuthbert. I'm Miss Timora's ward. Extend out your hand to shake hers. She has an aristocratic air to her, so you hope you're not being too informal. Instead of taking her hand, she claps her hands together and takes a deep breath. What?
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. It's a bit of a habit of mine.
Oh. Nevertheless, she finally shakes her hand.
I've heard much about you, Mr. Cuthbert. My name is Beatrice.
You didn't know that she was blind back then, so you barely even noticed it. But how did she know that you were holding out your hand?
Oh, I just thought it was an echolocation thing, but it was... She actually did have an invisible familiar.
That's... Yeah, that's why illusion was cast.
Holy
Throughout
shit.
the vents.
Okay.
Illusion was cast throughout the vents to hide the familiar.
Yeah. Well, do you have any other questions for me?
If you're wrong about this, Beatrice will surely be acquitted. And after that, the Inquisition will turn their attention to Harold and Eugene. There's only one way to know for sure. Your Honor, the prosecution has no further questions for the current witness. He is dismissed.
What? I see.
Well, you know what? I'm still glad that the monkey theory had some part in this.
Holy shit.
Because that was amazing.
The amount the monkey theory actually played into it was hilarious.
You have something else planned, don't you?
Yeah, and I actually need your help.
Really?
You tell her about your plan.
Really? I feel like you're making some big assumptions there. Wouldn't the Inquisition check for something like that?
I know, it's the best play we have. Do you remember what Steelman said yesterday?
But the moment the guards saw the body, one of them cast Detect Magic. When that spell, they would have seen any invisible people hiding in the room.
Wait, you can use Detect Magic like that?
Of course, that's standard procedure. Like all spells, invisibility leave traces of magic on the person it's cast on. So mages can use Detect Magic as a way to see through invisibility.
If everything goes the way I think it will, you'll be able to confirm its location. Once you do that, you just need to reveal it to everyone.
Alright, I'll follow your lead then.
So, Mr. Cuthbert, how do we proceed? Your previous witness brought about more revelations than I could have ever guessed. Dante was right! What? However, you still haven't given a substantial explanation on how the murder occurred or who actually did it.
I understand that, Your Honor. But it will all make sense after I call my next witness.
Another witness?
I understand your hesitance, Your Honor, but everything that we've learned throughout these trials is finally coming together. And this final witness will tie it all... Why I go Australian? And this final witness will tie it all together in a perfect knot. Your Honor, the prosecution calls Beatrice Freyga to the stand. Hey, she's standing right there.
Seriously, Cuthbert, you went through all that trouble just to end up calling my client to the stand?
You and your client have the right to refuse, Miss Timora, but I wonder how that will reflect on your client's character. Doesn't really matter. She's already standing there with Miss Timora. You can carry out her plan regardless of what she decides to do. But it will have much more impact if you can bait her into lying on the stand.
My client says that she's willing to testify. However, we would like to propose a short recess. These new developments, I'm sure you can understand that we have much to discuss.
They're gonna hide the familiar.
Yeah.
I see no reason not to grant the defense's request.
Is this really okay? If we give them time to fret, they might realize what we're doing.
I know, but I don't think we have anything to worry about. You've been building a psychological profile of Beatrice since this case began. It's hard to read her expression and emotions, even with the Eye of Horus. She keeps herself guarded and keeps her true intentions unknown. She's powerful, more powerful than her father ever cared to admit. Despite this, he tried to control her and put her inside a cage. But Beatrice Freyga would never live in a cage. She wanted freedom and control, and she would do whatever it took to get it. You're sure the accident that blinded her didn't help things. When everything was said and done, she abandoned everything. Her wealth, her status, her family. She could have waited. She could have gritted her teeth until it was her turn to lead House Freyga. If she was willing, she could have even secretly pushed her father past the gates of death herself. But she couldn't bear to live like that, even temporarily. You have no idea why this is how she chose to do that. Perhaps it had something to do with their meeting. But you do know one thing. Beatrice Freyga will never put herself in a position of vulnerability. If you endanger her freedom, she will make sure that she can see who she's up against.
In the interest of giving the defense time to deliberate, we will be taking an extended recess. Court is adjourned.
As you were exiting the courtroom, you sent Celeste to do some reconnaissance. It should be similar to when she scanned Valentina during the Nightgrave trial.
Tyrion.
Celeste, were you able to see it?
Yeah, it's definitely there. It sits on her shoulder most of the time.
So she keeps it close to her. That's good to know.
Looks kind of weird though, but I've never used tech magic like this before.
Well, you doubt that someone close to her would choose, someone like her would choose a conventional animal, especially for
it's-
something like this.
If it's some like eldritch horror that's just sitting on her shoulder. Cuthbert,
Oh, the music went away. Miss Timora?
there's something I need to show you. Preferably alone.
Celeste gives you a concerned look, but you nod to show her it's okay. She moved to sit on the bench where she can keep an eye on Beatrice. Okay, lead the way.
Oh, okay.
Are we about to
I'm gonna
get jumped?
I'm gonna take a quick little bathroom break before we do this.
Okay.
I'll be right back.